Yo, Bachi 2007 back at you with another one. We know Spirit Airlines is a terrible place to be. I would not even want to be in a gate at another airline that is near a Spirit Airlines gate. We've seen all the fights and disasters and staff assaults and freakouts from Spirit Airlines. Probably half the videos that are seen online of violence or major problems at airport gates or on planes are Spirit and Frontier, but mostly Spirit. That is a terrible airline. If I had to fly Spirit was the only way for me to get somewhere, I'd walk or I wouldn't go, but I wouldn't fly Spirit. So it's kind of a shock considering that Spirit caters to basically a low vibrations and low economic customer base that brings out some of the biggest weirdos in the skyways. And the fact that they're taking a stand on public decorum is fascinating to me. But let's check out what's going on with these two ladies, then we'll come back with more commentary.
These two friends say they were kicked off a Spirit Airlines flight all because they were wearing crop tops, and what happened to them is now having a major impact. It's one of the incidents that has led the airline to overhaul their dress code. Amber Cagliano explains.
It's the fashion crackdown after these two women were booted from a flight for wearing crop tops.
What's wrong with my top?
Spirit Airlines just updated its contract of carriage, declaring that passengers shall not be permitted to board the aircraft if they are inadequately clothed. That means no see-through clothing. Also banned, not adequately covered or exposed breasts or other private parts.
In other words, put some clothes on your arse. Talking about what's wrong with my top. You know what's wrong with your top, looking like you're about to bust out of that thing looking like a newborn's meal. No exposed breasts. You look like you about to slide down the pole, like somebody's supposed to be throwing singles at you on the air bridge. I mean, yeah. Like, how about wear some clothes out the house? It's not the beach. You need to be clothed. It's called public decorum. It used to be a thing until we came into this degenerate culture in the last 20 years or so. But it's a good thing that Spirit is finally stepping up. I'm shocked it's them.
Last October, Teresa and Tara were kicked off a plane going from LAX to New Orleans because a Spirit flight attendant claimed they were scantily clothed.
But this guy is trying to kick us out of the plane because she's wearing a crop top. And because I'm wearing a crop top.
Nobody cares about your little mosquito bites. They're well covered up. But Missile Booby Lady over there, busting out of her clothes and with her nipples sticking through her shirt prominently. I mean, that used to be considered untoward. Like a lady just wouldn't dare leave the house like that. And it's just, we need to get back to some level of decorum. It's just too much. She's just completely coming out the top.
The male flight attendant mumbled, put something on.
To defuse the situation, Teresa put on her sweater.
And they said, too bad, too late. It interrupted the safety briefing.
A third passenger became so irate, she took off her t-shirt, revealing her crop top as an act of solidarity.
I'm wearing the same thing, and I'm
sure if anybody complained.
What's your reaction to this new policy?
It makes me a little mad. The wording talking specifically about uncovered breasts. And so people with big boobs are going to get in trouble and little boobs are fine, because that's pretty much what happened on that flight. That's why I said something.
The new policy also includes banning clothes considered lewd, obscene, or offensive in nature. So how will Spirit Airlines enforce the new policy?
Dress codes can really be subjective. It depends on who's looking, who's got their eye on it. Folks need to see pictures at this point so that this way the message is the same across the board.
What's wrong with my top?
The new Spirit crackdown isn't just about clothes. It also bans passengers from exposing tattoos that others on the plane may find offensive.
Let me translate. Folks ain't tolerating your foolishness anymore. Boss chicks who think you can just do whatever you want. No, you can't. No, you can't. It's a free country. I'm free. And I can do whatever I want because I have freedom. It's a free country in your house. You see, out in the public spaces or in private companies, in people's private space, inside of their business, um, people don't have to put up with you and tolerate all of the kind of vulgarness, the just presentation of yourself in any kind of way, imposing yourself on others. People want to talk out loud on their phone or play music out loud in closed, small public places like on a train or a bus. People want to get on an airplane. You want to be dressed like you're on your way for your shift at the strip club. What folks are going to be saying more and more, you're seeing as the culture is shifting. You see, we're doing men's mind state and cultural reviews. As the culture is shifting, what the culture is saying is we're tired of it. Y'all taking it too far. It's too much. And so independent boss chicks who can wag their neck and talk about they're going to do whatever they want to, and big boobs are going to get in trouble, but small boobs okay. Yes, you can take your top off in solidarity because you look like an iguana. You built like an iguana, and you ain't got no chest. You built like a 9-year-old boy. Your stuff is covered up because there's nothing to not be covered up. You don't have nothing, so nobody cares. But you can't come out in public falling out of your clothes in places that are family oriented, like people trying to be on an airplane with their families that don't need to be exposed to your hard nipples poking through your shirt and your pierced nipples poking through your top and all this kind of stuff. Act like you got some sense. Act like you were raised with some home training, even if you weren't. Act like you were, and come out and show yourself in public and conduct yourself in public with some decorum. Otherwise, private businesses can tell you to kick rocks. You can not like it, but you can go find some rocks to kick. And if you're on Spirit Airlines to begin with, and that's who's kicking you off, you ain't got nowhere to go but down, because you already underneath the sewer. So you're already at the bottom of the barrel. If you got to take Spirit Airlines to be able to afford to fly, then you ain't got no other options. So you better straighten up and fly right, and or you can just get to step and you can walk the way you go. Hope you got a credit card to go rent a car. Most of the people in this situation don't. You can't rent cars with debit cards, or not with a debit card. Now you got $180 in your bank account. They want to hold at least $400, and some rental car places don't take debit cards. So there you go. So if you're already at the bottom of the barrel, you might want to conduct yourself according to the rules of the organization, the institution you're trying to deal with. You don't get to just run things and do whatever you want, put some clothes on your arse, or get off the plane. Peace. You're about to 2007. Like, subscribe, notification bell. I'm out of here with this one. Peace.